Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, gateway.
Do you want to really go out on a limb and say if it's less than 10,900, award it?
I would.
I just don't like, I mean, I think we either have to do something to protect people in the meantime, or
I would
go
be
forward.
okay with that.
I mean, we gotta do something, so
Okay.
see what it's cost.
Especially after seeing this picture.
So we need to.
It's really open.
Yeah.
Actually, I like it, it's a nice look.
It is, that's why I think the split rail would be better, because it looks more aesthetically pleasing.
So how do you want to do it? If she comes in under the bid price, you want her to go ahead
Yes.
and you get it done?
I think that
Or
should
do
be
you want her to come back to you? She can
Yeah,
do it
because what
any way
if somebody
you
got
want.
hurt in the meantime, do we on the motion?
So the motion would be then to authorize us to get pricing for a split rail fence along the, stormwater outfall at 416 West Brookhaven Road, and if it comes in under awarded to the lowest responsible bidder who comes in under the threshold of $10,100.
Second, or I'll take the motion, I should say.
So there's a motion, did you second?
That was the motion, right?
That was
The
it.
motion, did I get a second?
That's it.
You can have it, Jim.
Jim, you just seconded it, thank you. All in favor? Aye.
Question. She mentioned safety, the 12-foot fall. It's got to be a minimum of 5,000 pounds to hold 12, somebody back. Is that going to hold 5,000 pound fall?
I will, 12,000 pounds?
5,000.
Oh, 5,000 pounds. I was 12,000.
12-foot fall. Got to withstand 5,000 pounds.
Okay.
According to OSHA, you might want to double check that split rail fence.
I will, thank you.
For safety, you do that word safety
No,
out
that is
there.
what it is, it's for safety.
That's why we're doing it.
Yeah,
We
we
wouldn't
Thank
be
you
doing
for
it.
Let me know.
Okay, so,
It is also roadway.
okay, so then hold on, all in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Just to give you an update on 315 West Brookhaven Road, the engineer called me for the applicant and said that the perk test failed. That means they were not able to get any water to infiltrate into the soil on that site for the new development of the 7 houses. So he's busy pondering alternative designs to see what he can do to meet the stormwater ordinance at that site. The trash and recycling, I did finally get a response. The lady from the Delaware County Solid Waste Authority had been out, but the letter that you guys got asking you if you would go to Covanta on a trial basis, they're saying that they are not getting complaints from any haulers that are using the Covanta site. So they're offering you a trial period of 3 months with a $5 per ton discount if you will take your trash directly to Covanta rather than to the county site. And they are guaranteeing you won't have a waste. We told them that we heard the horror stories about 10 truck thieves, and
I don't think they can guarantee.
Yeah.
Listen, I worked at a waste energy facility for 10 years. There is no way they can guarantee a waste.
So do you want to try the 3-month trial
No
and
way.
see if...
Let me go back to the letter we got. Is our trash haulers complaining that it's taking them too long to dump our trash?
No, I think it's everybody's complaint that they can't process the trash at the county site. They take it there and then they take it to Covanta. Now they're saying if we can take it directly to Covanta, that we can get a discount in the cost per ton.
Is that us getting a discount, or is that, don't we have a contract with the gentleman?
You do, but you would get the discount in your fee. You guys are paying the fees from the county. So your contract with the hauler would remain the same unless he somehow comes back and says, I'm now spending 3 extra hours there, but they're saying it's not happening. So they're offering a trial. You can try it for 3 months before you're ready to do your budget for next year and see, or you can stay with it the way you are. It's up to you. I just wanted to tell you I got the answer back finally.
Do we know any other haulers that we could maybe call and ask them?
I did ask in the towns that I work for, the other towns that I work for, and one of them is using it and they are satisfied.
How much further is it from one to the other?
I don't think the distance is the issue, it was always just.
I just worried about the long haul or the sides.
No.
That's what it costs
worried about how long they have to wait in line.
But how is that, or, I mean, I get contracts at my job. I get a contract. If it ends up being bad for me, I finish the job and tell him, he gave us a contract. I don't understand why it's our problem, he's waiting too long to get rid of it.
No, the county's asking us to change. The county's offering this discount. The hauler's not paying it.
Oh, all right, I got you.
You're paying the bill for what you send. It's just, they're offering you a discount to go directly to Covanta rather than to them.
So how can it negatively affect us?
The only way it could negatively affect you is if your hauler for some reason says that I only waited 20 minutes when I went to Delaware County Solid Waste.
Correct,
And now I want to be paid more because I'm now waiting an hour.
Correct, and when that facility has their outages, and they have, say, 3 units, and they get 6 or 7 units, they're gonna be waiting all day, and it could possibly negatively affect us. That's my problem, right? Is that basically what you just said?
That's exactly it. But, so what they're saying is, that's not going to happen. How it's not going to happen, I don't know.
Because they want us to accept it.
But
I'm
it's-
telling you, as someone who worked in a facility like that for 10 years, it's a horror show when they have their outages. And those facilities are so old, and Covanta is basically they're a carpet factory. They buy these facilities, they put the bare minimum into them, so they have a heck of a lot more unscheduled maintenance outages than you would love. And then you have 100 truck people. I've seen it, 10 years, so
Do we want to ask for their maintenance history, or do you want, I mean, you can either say you don't want to try the trial, do you want to try the trial,
If-
or...
based on what I think it can negatively affect us, no, I don't want to try it.
Okay, so what's the council?
I mean,
That's one way.
Well, all right, it's a trial, 3 months, and it's okay. And they then do this, and then our caller starts saying it's taking me longer now.
Well, you're...
Are we signing any contract to go directly there, or can we just tell them, go back to the county? And we
You
just
could say,
don't,
we tried it for 3 months, we want to wait until 2019, because you have new trash contracts coming out anyway. So, that'll start in January of 2019. So then you have the chance to set all your terms. But if you don't try, if you think you want to do it and you don't try it early enough so that we can put the language in the bid, we're going to then have to perhaps negotiate terms for a new contract.
so with
We
the
have to
trial,
go forward.
there's no chance of a permanent negative effect. That's what you're saying.
I don't believe so. I mean, I don't think that the hauler,
That's
for
the only
3
way I
months.
could ever.
That's the only thing I can come up with is that the hauler complains and says it takes them longer.
And that's what I'm saying, after a month, our hauler comes back to us and says, I'm not going there again, it's a pain in the neck, it's taking me too long. We're not beholden to anybody, we can just get back if we're going back to the county.
Correct.
That's what I want to make sure.
And then if you permanently want to make the change, then I guess you do it formally when you do your new trash contract for January. Because your current contract expires.
There's nothing in the current contract about where it's supposed to go.
No.
That's my concern.
It's an approved Delaware County facility.
So do you want the trial date? Do you want to try it?
I say as long as we can stop it whenever we want, and not have to wait
If
three.
it's a 3-month trial, we can opt out, yeah.
How many tons per week do we put out? Get a number of what you're gonna save.
That I don't know. Do you have a number?
I don't have the numbers.
Well, it's not costing us anything to save money, so.
Has anybody asked the hauler what his opinion is on this?
I
Don't you
did,
think that'd be wise?
I did, and
We did that.
we did ask the hauler, and the hauler said that he has heard horror stories. He personally hasn't done it, but he's heard horror stories, which is what we told. We were very honest with the county and said.
Oh, my mistake,
we
you're
heard-
saying the hauler, I thought you meant the hauler was all for it. You're talking about the county?
So the county offered it to everybody in the county.
No,
They offered it to all the municipalities. The hauler's not recommending anything. The hauler's saying, I've heard horror stories. So
The hauler is absolutely right, I can guarantee you, so. For that, I wouldn't even be in favor of a trial at this point.
But he hasn't done it himself, so he doesn't know for a fact, but he heard that.
I mean, after a couple weeks, we could just end it. If the hauler comes to us and says, I'm waiting too long, and it's only been 2 weeks, can we just say, okay, we're done with the trial?
And I think you could, you wouldn't, I mean, you give the $5 per ton probably goes, away. But other than that, I would think that they would go, but I can firm that up, I can make that call and make sure that it's as positive for you as possible.
Got all that, Mary?
So in the end, I guess there's a motion. I think in the end, the motion is to authorize the change to the Covanta Resource Recovery Facility for our trash waste disposal location for a trial period of 3 months with a discount of $5 per ton, conditioned upon that the borough is satisfied with, and the hauler are satisfied with the length of time that they wait in line.
And if we can shorten it
If you
3
can-
months.
Yeah, well, that would be
Try
right.
to find out.
I know, but
They
that
find
would,
out before we make it.
Right.
well, that's what the conditioned upon all those
Right.
things, then it's go ahead. So you want to wait. If
Why
you
don't
want to wait
you
for
find
June,
out, we got a
You
workshop.
want to do it in June?
I think we need to
We
find
got a
out.
workshop in 2 weeks, so we can bring it
All right.
back in 2 weeks.
I just want to make sure we get it done in time for your next
That-
budget. That's the
yeah,
only thing I'm
and
worried
that's
about.
that's what is sticking in my mind. You want to be able to, if you're going to put that language, if that language is going to go in, you need time to see how this
Exactly.
works. So you can't just keep putting it off. That's, I mean,
Right, but if we approve it or whatever at the next workshop, and then that following trash week or whatever, we put it into effect, 2 weeks goes by and we're not satisfied, we stop it.
Yeah, I don't know how.
and that's fine. Is
If
the
they
3
turn it
months,
around.
did they sort of define the 3 months, like it has to be from such and such a date? Or is it
No.
just 3 months
No,
from
and
now?
I don't know how fast it happens once you say, okay, we want to try it either. I don't know how fast it turns, I don't know.
Right, you might not be able to do it June.
Right, and I don't know. So, but anyway, I will get you the information and then,
Sounds like a plan.
all right. You did receive your deficiency letter for your, notice of intent and your pollutant reduction plan, which were submitted last August for your MS4 stormwater permit. So we have to go through them and see what it really means, because everybody's required to have this permit, and right now you have a 3-page deficiency letter, so,
All right, so are they saying that we didn't do what was required? I mean, when I hear deficiency, that means that we failed somewhere along the
you
line.
did, you didn't demonstrate to their satisfaction that you can achieve the reduction that you are required to achieve. But it may just be in the clarification of the language, or maybe you didn't show enough projects, I don't know. So, it's not due till the end of June, but we'll start looking at it to see what it requires. I can tell you one thing, most of the time, it means more money has to be budgeted towards.
Well, this is what I've been telling the council that for a couple of years now. The whole thing scares me.
It's hundreds of thousands of dollars that you have to spend, if you're lucky, maybe even up to $1 million. There's towns that are, and I know Yaden was $1 million, that they have to spend over a 5-year period, depending on your size and how much impervious cover you have. That's why the emphasis has to be, let's not pave anything we don't have to pave, don't pave it, because it's just making it harder for us to meet this permit, without spending a lot of money.
It's going to be a nightmare.
It is a little.
And the stormwater tip, I'm just gonna breeze through it, we can put this on the website. Spider repellent, you can mix 1 tablespoon of lemon oil with 1 quart of water in a spray bottle and use as needed. This is a natural, environmentally friendly, recipe. Garden pest, mix 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon of liquid dish detergent, 2 cups of water in a spray bottle, and use that to spray your plants lightly every 7 days. That's it. That's actually a new one. I'm tired of reading the statement. It's cycled every 5 years.
I don't think we can afford to let you talk anymore.
I know, there is a lot to know.
Well, that's why this whole review is, water is gonna be our big problem now.
Okay, the Public Works report for April, we continue to fill potholes. We worked with the ADU televising the storm sewer on Edgemont Avenue. That was mentioned a little earlier, and we moved Diamond Tech for baseball
baseball and softball. We replaced the exhaust fan in Memorial Park, the building kitchen, and cleaned the heavy grease from the air conditioner in the building for baseball. And we started cutting back the brush and dead wood from the walking trail over at Eaton Park. And then there was a follow-up this weekend by Tom Dice. We took the group out and cleaned the park up a little bit more. We started our summer grass cutting schedule. The backup generators for the traffic lights for emergency use are now in, and we have them stored at the garage. We talked about the sinkhole. We had to make it look like that we were going to cooperate in some way in order to get them to carry the cost, which it is their problem. So what we did was we made a deal right on the spot that if they need any kind of manpower or equipment, we would make that available to them. Chester Creek Road, the Middletown Township Authority is working out the details with PennDOT, and apparently the condition of the road, Middletown Township doesn't feel that they should be required to take on the whole cost. And so well, I'm just telling you this is what's happening, and right now they're in discussions about what that's going to look like, but the road is going to get paved. On the updates here at the municipal center, you already heard about the one, we've been talking about it now for a couple of years, putting in the handicap accessible store over on the other side. Some of the other things that we looked at was our gym bleachers. They're the original bleachers, and they're in pretty bad shape. So at some point we're going to have to get rid of those and replace them. The gym ventilation system. We're also looking at a possibility, and it may not happen this year, is installing a sidewalk out front from the end of the office back to the police department where the grass strip is, maybe put some sidewalk in there. And then the new, we talked about the building generator that Eileen mentioned, but that would also do the court. So it would do the whole building, which is what we don't have now. And I've been talking to Gary about some of the landscaping, possibly some, I don't like those trees, I never did, that are out here on this side of the building. And so we're talking about possibly getting them out, maybe something else in. But they're all things that are in discussion. And Mary keeps stealing my notes. I have notes up here. We did send to the softball and baseball. What we'll be doing is we will be cutting the fields once a week, either Wednesday or Thursday, weather permitting. We will be picking up trash 3 times a week. And if there's going to be any schedule of tournaments for, derby playoffs or championships or anything like that, they need to get that information into it in time for us to prepare the field. If you call us on a Friday afternoon and say, I need it for tomorrow morning, it's not going to happen. So we're taking a look at that, and they have a copy of that.
Are we recycling into baseball fields? Like Gatorade bottles and stuff, I'm sure there's.
There's stuff we can't.
There are.
Yeah, they do straw, actually.
They do straw, I'm not sure how.
Okay, let's see, we covered the dump truck. The Duck Mill Road sign that was hit, is it okay if Ron Jackson gets the price, he's the one that fixed the last one? Gary brought up a couple of things. He said, number one, that we could put it back a little bit further on the island. There's a tree that sits right behind it that's half dead, so he was hoping we could just remove the tree, get more money, and get the tree removed. No, the tree's still there. And the other thing that he brought up was, he said that the last time they did this, they had poles in front of the memorial, and then some of the council members at the time complained about the poles, they took the poles out. So do you want the poles in or not? If not, we can try to set it back and hope that nobody mows it over.
I think he needs a pole.
I mean, the poles, it did make it look real nice, but if it'll save the sign, and this has happened before, then it was fine.
Well, I don't know, that's what we're gonna
Is
do.
the vehicle operator's insurance gonna pay for that?
Yes, yes.
That's true.
So, that's okay, we'll get a price from Ron. to Somerville Park last week, helped the playground equipment, they came over from charity, as I told you, because it was specifically designed for that piece of ground that has no way to adjust the equipment, so it doesn't sit even. So what we did was we got some dirt, I just hope we got enough dirt, and that is now on site, and we have to run a piece of equipment in order to spread it out a little bit before we can put a fall that's going down. So I think, I'm not sure, but I think Gary rented the equipment for next Monday. And so, we want to get that up and running. It's getting nice, because you're going to want to play with the new park equipment. Right now, we do have it taped off, trying to keep the kids out in the meantime. We don't know if Steve Dorio is coming back. He worked here with Harry in the building. We're kind of holding the job because he was really a great guy. We would love to have him back, but his full-time job, if you remember, I told you he works a lot of overtime, and so he kind of took a leave of absence. In the meantime, we did lose Joseph, I hope I don't massacre this guy's name, but we lost Christopher Vassallo, Vissallo, and he only worked a few days and then he left us, so I'm going to ask for his resignation.
I'll make that motion.
Again, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And Harry did interview two people that he would like to give a try. The first guy is Joseph Montaga, who I believe is a Brookhaven resident. It would be $12, and it would be $12, and it goes to $12.50 in 90 days.
I'll make that.
That's part now, and there's no benefits or anything to this, so. Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. And the second guy is Kyle, R-Y-N. How do you say that, Brian? Okay. And Harry actually was really impressed with this guy, so he wanted to give him a shot. So I'm asking him. He's not from Brookhaven. He is from Clifton Heights. But he answered an ad. If you remember, we put an ad in the paper. So Harry wanted to give him a try. So I'm going to ask for a motion to hire him for $12. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. The four metal tables was already covered. Let's see. The only other thing, and I did say something at the council meeting, and I want to say it again tonight, is that, we lost Kathy Warfield. For me, that was a big hit to the borough. Kathy, about 28 years ago, came into the borough hall and with a complaint that she didn't like the way Eaton Park was being kept. She brought pictures and she complained that when it was public, when it was time for the public to speak. And I was looking for volunteers at the time to put a cleanup committee together, and I followed her out of the building into the parking lot. We had a discussion, and she started off volunteering. She then became the secretary, and then eventually worked her way into the Board of Health job. Really expanded that job well beyond what the original intent was, and she actually got into building maintenance issues, things that weren't even covered under under the Board of Health per se, but she took on a lot of different issues, and she got involved with COSA, helping old people that she that needed help along the way, and got involved with the food banks and started feeding people that were out of work and people that were down and out, and she really expanded the job well beyond. And it was tough back then because 28 years ago, she was a woman going into pretty much a male's domain, and she got pushed around. She had to really come up with a hardcore over the years because, she even got locked into a freezer one time, as I mentioned before. And it was another employee that actually came along and actually let her out. So Kathy, when she left under the circumstances that she did and with her health problems and all, it was really heartbreaking for me to see her go because she gave more than, like I said before, than we ever gave her in a paycheck. And so I'm going to miss her, and I think she's going to be really hard to replace. And I just wanted to make that part of the record again tonight. I don't know if I got it all, but I think Janice is continuing to, her efforts to get the filing throughout the borough redone, and I really appreciate her efforts and the folks who,
Pat working on that, Jim?
yeah, Pat has actually worked with Janice.
Yeah, we're gonna, tomorrow will be the second day we've been in the attic, and, I'm hoping by the end of the month we will be finished with the boxes that will be hopefully shredded this year. Once I get finished this month, I have to send the form into Harrisburg, and they will tell me that we have approval to have them shredded. And then I'm anticipating in maybe July calling your company and having them come maybe some afternoon, so they could be in front of the building, like between like 2 and 4, and we could just have boxes put in the community room and just taking out the front door, and they would be able to shred them, and then we can clean upstairs and really put them in numerical order, because they're all over the place, and it's really good. I would love to have somebody who would burn and be able to clean once we get the 100 boxes out, because then we can reorganize, but it's really feel good. It really is.
And I appreciate it's long overdue, and I appreciate you're in here almost or a couple days a week, at least 3 days a week, taking that project on, and I appreciate what you're doing. One of the other things that we kind of talked about this afternoon, I talked with Bob Grant, was getting this computer system up and running that we've been talking about for a while to sort of get everything straightened out. What we might do is ask for maybe a young person to come in that can do this. Maybe this is just, right now, we're just talking about maybe paying $10 an hour would be, with no benefits or anything like that. Once the job was done, it was done. To sort of get things up and running and to assist Dawn Jones in that. And I want Dawn to be a part of this, she has to be. And to sort of get all that file work just to make things more accessible. It'll be easier. We can get rid of a lot of paper that way. So it's just, I don't know that I have a plan. I'm just kind of throwing it out there tonight. But I'm going to probably be back to you in short notice. And I would really like to have a talk with you, Terry, because you're more of the computer guy than I am. So I'm 65. I don't know anything. Well, when I get my email, I think I did good. So, but I kind of like to have that discussion, kind of get that up and running. So just some of the many things that we're looking at.
Make a decision workshop. Blondie called me today. I thought it was a great idea, and I really think it would be great if we could get it done in the summer. Then Bob Grant was very enthusiastic about being able to use the equipment. In his car, he has a computer, and when he's driving from place to place, he has access to that.
Well,
This would be
I
great
think
if we did it in the summer.
unless I didn't understand it right, anybody would be able to get the information. Any one of us could get the information.
Oh, absolutely. But he has a computer in his car, and when he goes to his appointments, he can pull it up on the computer, like the cops have a computer in the car.
I know we're probably about 5 years behind where we wanted to be.
Well, maybe we can
so
really.
I kind of want to push that along and get it to a place where it works
It's
for us.
not hard work, it's just
It's very time consuming.
Exactly.
So,
So over the summer, a lot of the colleges do internships,
yeah.
where you could probably go to either Delaware County or, Wider, Westchester, or one of them. They are always looking for internships. If you're just looking at data entry, that's right up their alley.
It's mostly scanning, right?
Scanning, right?
Yeah.
But then they gotta label the file.
Yeah.
But it's like doing it every day at work.
Yeah, me too, with eating.
So once we, I kind of, we're so far behind, I just kind of want to get things up to date. And I was thinking along in terms of an intern that just kind of come in and kind of help us get to where we want to be. And I think then we'll be on pretty solid ground going forward. So that's something else that we're looking at. Public discussion. No? Oh, I'm sorry. I missed I apologize, I missed the inspector's reports. And so I'll come back to Mr. Leslie, fire marshal.
Is there somebody ahead of me? You. Mr. Palace?
Yeah, he went. Yeah.
We have a hilltop Again, I'm looking at the safety of the residents up there, they wanna block that road off, and I don't think it's a good idea. So, if we have to take further action, I'd like to have permission from Mr. Stone to, advance on that further action if they do, and put that fence up and stop our fire trucks from getting inside Hilltop. Did everybody get an email? Is everybody aware of what's going on up there?
So,
I think
my
safety
question is,
concerns-
does he already have the authority, or do we have to give him something? Or do we have, or does he, can he just do what he has to do?
Yeah, I mean, I think within your job description, the ordinance, you have the power you need, to be honest, but I can verify that.
Correct. So, that's where I'm at right now with that, Hilltop situation that's going on up there. Other than that, that's the end of my report.
By the way, did you have a comment? Because we had discussed it last week.
Yeah, I think that I would like to talk to you about maybe some other suggestions that we might have.
Okay.
That is a problem, you have to be able to get there.
Yes.
Good enough, thank you. Chief? anything else?
The only thing I want to mention is, from workplace safety in reference to the borough's buildings and facilities, we had discussion about AEDs, and I did walk down and talk to Leanne and try to get some funding towards it, but we felt that the need for them for the borough garage, they got theirs. But we looked into the new ballparks and all the new enclosed buildings, getting them in Sampson Park, Memorial Park, Jim Durkin Field, and Eaton Park now with the new stuff going on in the park now in the events, to have an AED in all them buildings. Also, the police don't have one in their building when they have them in the cars. So a lot of times you might get a drive up and get them at the fire station. Somebody that's sick, AEDs, was able to get the best price possible from Zoll, AED Plus. They talk to you, they record you talking there if you're doing CPR on somebody, and if you don't know how to do CPR, it'll teach you how to do CPR.
Hey, I get trained at the school, it's possibly the simplest thing in the
The
world.
Zoll AED Plus is the
They
easiest
really are.
thing out there, even if you don't know how to do CPR.
They tell you, you got
It'll
to
tell you
they
exactly
can't
what to do.
do it. Yeah, it's brainless.
So I'm going to go back and see Leanne again this week and see if she can get us some funding towards it, even whatever she can do, so. But one of them did come in for the garage and the other, we're waiting on the other ones. But it's a great thing with the kids in the ballparks, everything's modernized now. You can't be without that type of thing, so. It'll be coming in a secure box for it to sit in. It'll all be secure, it won't be exposed. You open the box, you take it out.
And as long as you keep it plugged in, it stays charged.
So we're good.
Very good. Anything else?
That's it.
Thank you,
Don't
sir.
forget your designer back, make them on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just think about that.
Mr. Hanson?
Yes, as you know, there was a zoning hearing done on Aldi's. Aldi's had an address given to me as 4801, and next door to it is Dollar Tree, they're using the address of 4811. And the number from the tax is from 4801 to 4811. So 4811 should be all the way around to where the old Italian place used to be. 4009 would be the bank. 4007 is the nail salon. And then there's a little crisscross between A and B, between the clips and the cleaners. So I went into Dollar Tree and asked them, where did you get this address from? Somebody just liked it and put it up there. But I brought into the zoning hearing the application and legal work that I have on that, and showed them that their address is 4803. So we're going to get that changed. And I already talked to Coach Lange about this, the way these things were numbered. Now, Aldi's, or the old Giant, has been subdivided. So when we did the hearing, I put it in the transcript that Aldi's would be 4801B, because the subdivision they did there is to the right of that, and that would have to be 4801A. So all of that, I sent off already to Chuck to notify all the people that you notify, the post office, and, you know, the 911 centers, and everybody else that, you know, that long list that you have to notify everybody, the fire company and everybody else. I've also talked to Audi to make sure they had numbers on the rear of their door also. They called me today about their signage that's been approved to them. They want to get started on it. And I made some measurements up there, and I was surprised that that giant is almost subdivided directly in half. The vacant place is 100 feet. Aldi's is 118. And that's how I was surprised that that was so wide. So